I'm Jaela and I'm 14 years old. The condition I've lived with my whole life is Osteogenesis Imperfecta, or you can just shorten it to OI.
Not many people know about osteogenesis imperfecta. It's not very common. You go to a doctor's office and even some doctors are like, well, I've heard of it. I read of it in a book, but I can't really help you. I don't know that much, but maybe we can try this doctor or that doctor.
Her condition was just a random genetic mutation. Family history.
The last bone that I broke was my pelvis. I break things so often. I've broken so many that I just don't keep count anymore.
At first, it was a lot of coordinating. It was a lot of kind of figuring out where to go, what to do, who to talk with. A lot of stress and heartache as you're figuring stuff out, what Jaela can do, but then some of the limitations.
In the beginning, Jeremy was working odd of hours. It was me that was taking her to doctors, all these appointments. I've learned words they didn't want to know the meaning of.
The amount of times I've been in the hospital that I remember is when I'm going to get my port flush or infusion, getting a surgery, or just a checkup, but I don't know how many times I've been in and out. I've had to miss a lot of school because of my surgeries and recovering from them, so I'd have to take days off to recover, or sometimes I wouldn't because we would do it around a break, so I would already have the days off. The most difficult surgery that I've had was probably my spine getting fused. I was just in the hospital for a long time, and I don't remember being in there or doing anything. It was just a week that I don't remember in my life.
For probably the first 11 years, we actually flew out to Omaha, Nebraska to visit a team of specialists out there who managed her care. It hasn't been until recently where, at least locally here in Utah, we are able to find more physicians with more experience that have the knowledge and the skills to not only treat and help, but do it safely and effectively and with the research.
It's affected me in many ways. Lots of my mobility is gone. I'm in pain a lot, and it's just hard to do things that normal kids can do. I feel like I'm always missing out on stuff. I can't do sport because I can't run stuff or get up, play games. I feel bad that I can't do that stuff, and it just kind of sucks. When I got the tuner, when I started trying it out, I would turn it on for short periods of time, but the more longer I had it, I would lay in my bed and turn it on, and it would tune out the pain that I was feeling next to where I was in pain, and it would vibrate out where my pain was, so I wasn't in as much pain. Other ways that I think that helped me was mostly falling asleep and staying asleep. It really helped with that, so I didn't wake up in pain after a surgery or something like that. And it also helped me get better faster. I will use it if I get home from school and I'm in a lot of pain. If I had something broken, I would use it to tune out the pain. If I'm trying to focus on something and I don't want to focus on the pain, I'll just turn it on and use it to distract me.
It's such a great device that doesn't require medical attention, doesn't require prescriptions. In Jaela's words, she says it just kind of numbs the pain. The frequencies, they numb the pain, they kind of distract, numb, help some of the nerves. As more and more research goes into all these products, it's never going to 100% make it better, but it's going to make it livable. Some of the struggles with osteogenesis imperfecta is obviously you're going to have pain, whether it's chronic pain, whether it's acute pain, old fractures that are still healing, new fractures that are going to happen every day. And pain management is always one of the main specialties in medicine. You see different pain management physicians and trying to find the stuff that helps, whether it's a new prescription, a new pain drug, devices, the Rezzimax. One thing that we've kind of noticed over time is there are certain drugs that work, there are certain medications that work, certain medications that don't work. You tend to stick with those, but I think over time your body starts to get accustomed to them, and they're not as effective as what they used to be. And yes, they work, but then are the side effects worse than the actual cure? Is the nausea worse than the pain? Do I deal with the nausea so that I have less pain, or do I just deal with the pain because I don't want the nausea? Well, the benefits of the Rezzimax is obviously you don't have that. You're not going to get the nausea, you're not going to get all the other side effects. If it can take away the pain without any of the effects that it's going to have on your body, your liver and other organs in your body, the long-term effects, then that's the long-term goal. And you start to find new ways so that you're not dependent on prescriptions. Jaela's mentioned that aqua therapy, being in a pool, helps eliminate the gravity, the stresses, the different physical stresses on her body.
This is where you can turn it on. It has a really cool vibration. This is where you can turn up or down how fast the vibrations go, which if I'm in more pain, then I'm going to turn it up, and if I'm not, then I'll just leave at the setting, like when I'm falling asleep. This is a bunch of different modes that you can put on that'll do different vibrations, which is cool. Then you can just have it the regular too. Usually I just like to sit in my bed and place it next to me because it vibrates the bed. On the new tuner, I'm really excited to get to explore the different modes because I didn't really know what they meant on the last one, but I'm excited to try them out and how they can help me focus or wake me up or help me fall asleep. I think it's a good idea because if you're trying to fall asleep, you don't want to have it on all night so you don't waste the battery. It'll turn off and you can still have battery for the next night.
The next 2 years, I'm looking forward to her being in high school. She's had a lot of fun in these first few months. Football games, dances. It's exciting to think about college. That's another new world we'll have to figure out together. I'm excited for her to be growing up. She's fun to be with.
My high school experience, I've had to accommodate a lot of things so I can fit my wheelchair in spaces or so I don't get hurt, and basically keeping me protected from breaking up bones. Move desks out of the way, put them where I don't fit at desks with other people, so I have to sit in the back, or I can't participate in group activities and stuff like that. I would like my high school experience if there was just less homework and there was easier ways to do things for my mobility and stuff.
It helps out with us, at least for me, that I happen to have medical experience background, and if we didn't have that, just we were able to kind of understand where we were going or what terminology means, and it would just even make that even more difficult.
Being J-Lo's mother, I've learned how to be a nurse, a chauffeur, a personal assistant. I've had to learn how to change our environment to better suit her need. Had to learn how to navigate school policy to make sure she's safe in school. If I were to meet a new mom with a child with OI, I would tell her, trust herself, trust her instinct. She knows her child the best. She knows what's best. A diagnosis of OI, your child can still live a full life. Your child can still live a happy life.
Dad, I like to play guitar with you.
We try not to limit anything we do. We say anything she wants to do, we'll figure out a way to do it.
Right now, when I grow up, I think I really want to be a photographer. It's something that lets me join stuff, and it's really fun to do. I use my mom's camera, and I like to take pictures of everything and experiment with things and people and lighting and a bunch of different stuff. And it's just really a fun hobby that I like to do. As a family, we really like to go boating and stuff, which is fun because I get to go in the water and it relieves my pain and I don't feel all the weight that I feel when I'm on land. And we also like to go camping, and I really like that because I like being in nature and stuff. And it's really nice to have their support when I'm in pain or I have to stay home after surgery, and they always keep me company. And I like hanging out with them because they do stuff that I can do, and when I want to do stuff with people, they can help me modify it so that I get to do it with the people, which is nice.
Do we have a dream?
No.
We're living the dreams.